Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining Cruising Company, etc. Today, we are actually joined with Mark from Princess Cruises. He's going to talk about some exciting things with Princess and how to come back new. We look forward to learning as we go, Mark. And if anyone has questions, feel free to go ahead and write them in the chat section, or at the end of the presentation, we'll unmute everyone and open it up for questions. And go ahead and take it away, Mark.
All right, thank you, Erin. Good afternoon, everyone. As Erin indicated, my name is Mark Costa, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Business Development Manager for the Pacific Northwest, including the states of Oregon, Washington, Northern Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, and Alaska. It's great to be here with you today, and we're going to share a little bit about two iconic brands. First and foremost, Princess Cruises. And then I'm going to touch just ever so briefly on an iconic company, which many of you, I'm sure, are familiar with, or at minimum have heard of, Cunard Cruise Lines. But let's talk about Princess first and foremost. So why choose Princess Cruise Lines? Well, Princess Cruise Lines offers an amazing 18 spectacular ships, over 380 destinations worldwide. We offer 170 unique itineraries, visiting 100 countries on 7 continents. Believe it or not, Princess Cruises serves about 50,000 guests per day. Currently, we have 5 ships under development, and our repeat passenger retention rate is among the highest in the industry. Well over 90% of Princess Cruise Lines passengers that sail with us return for another adventure. The world is a wondrous place of adventure, and at Princess we connect you with your loved ones. You discover new destinations, explore new cultures, and of course, all while making tremendous new memories. We clearly offer a variety of different itineraries, different locations. We're voted best in travel by Money Magazine, and our experiences are designed and catered to our guests in a very unique and personalized fashion. You'll find a Princess cruise vacation to be among the most satisfying of any cruise experience that you might find. We focus our attention on exemplary food and service. We don't necessarily offer attractions on our cruise ships like some other companies. We really feel that the epitome of the cruise experience is to connect with our very capable staff, enjoy sumptuous cuisine, travel the globe, and really enjoy a more traditional experience, if you will. So we would encourage you to, of course, think about Alaska or many of the destinations that we're going to talk about today, but clearly understand that we are a family-friendly traditional cruise line with superior service and superior cuisine. So speaking of Alaska, let's talk a little bit about that. Princess Cruise Lines is #1 in Alaska. We offer round-trip cruises from Seattle and Vancouver, ranging anywhere from 7 to 12 days. One-way Alaska cruises that visit the glaciers, primarily from Vancouver. And then, of course, we are #1 in the cruise tour marketplace, offering 10 to 15 night vacations that include both a cruise and a land component. Our 7-day voyage to the glaciers cruise and our 3 to 8 night on-land tours of Alaska are widely known, very popular. We have beautiful lodges in Denali, and it's just a great experience, a great way to experience all that Alaska has to offer. Our cruise tours, as I mentioned a moment ago, are very, very well known. We are the leader in Alaska vacations, having been named the best Alaska cruise line for in-depth exploration by USA Today. We offer seamless land and sea experience with visits to Glacier National Park and the Denali National Park. Those are both, of course, Alaska's top 2 attractions. We have 5 wilderness lodges, 2 in the Denali area, and an exclusive tree house at the Mount McKinley Princess Wilderness Lodge, which has been featured on Animal Planet. So perhaps some of you have seen that. Princess presents North to Alaska, which captures Alaska in its last frontier. We offer through this program unique cuisine, entertainment, and lecturers that join our voyages to really peel back the layers of Alaska and all that the destination has to offer. Brendan Jones and Susan Conrad, among others, are keynote speakers on some of these voyages. Very, very popular, and it really gives our guests the opportunity to take a much greater in-depth look at all that Alaska offers than on many comparable products. Moving on, we also venture into Australia and New Zealand and the South Pacific. We are the #1 cruise line in Australia, offering 73 unique itineraries. Of course, cruise tours are available there. We cruised the Fjord National Park on our brand new sparkling Majestic Princess. About 130 departures and 73 unique itineraries. And 5 ships sail the Alaska, New Zealand, and South Pacific itineraries, calling on Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth, Auckland, and Adelaide. If you've never had the opportunity to go down under, cruising is a fabulous way to visit the region. And of course, as I said earlier, Princess Cruise Lines is the #1 company to visit that great area of the world. We also offer a unique behind the scenes look at the differences between Australia and New Zealand. We call this cultural program Across the Ditch. We offer, again, exceptional entertainment, superb cuisine. We also ask and bring locals onto our vessel to lecture to our passengers, giving you the opportunity to get to know the people of New Zealand in a very intimate fashion. We do this throughout the regions that we visit. The cultural interaction between our guests as well as the people of the region we found to be very satisfying, and our guests just really enjoy this unique opportunity to really kind of dig down a little bit deeper and learn more about the destination than the traditional just one-day shore excursions oftentimes permit. The Caribbean is also a #1 destination for us. We sail throughout the Caribbean seasonally and soon to be year-round. We offer sailings throughout the Eastern Caribbean, Southern and Western Caribbean. The summer season is a great time for families, for groups. We clearly love the Caribbean, and it is a phenomenal, phenomenal cruise destination. If you've not had the opportunity to enjoy the turquoise waters and the bright, brilliant sunshine of the Caribbean, I would heartily encourage you to look at a Caribbean itinerary in 2019 or 2020. Caribbean is very easy to access with convenient air in and out of South Florida. And we soon will be including Cuba in these itineraries. Really looking forward to that. I have been to Havana on a personal level. Havana is a fabulous city, and I know that the addition of our Cuban ports of call will be very, very popular as we continue to offer first-rate service throughout the Caribbean region. Rhythm of the Caribbean is our cultural experience. It includes, again, a new Caribbean festival that is really entertainment rich, authentic island cuisine, colorful Caribbean cocktails, and again, people from varying countries that comprise the Caribbean will be joining us on board, sharing a little bit about their lifestyle, the cultural differences of each of the countries, authentic dance, and so on. Just a really terrific way for you to take a little bit closer, deeper look into the world of the Caribbean islands. Let's move on to Europe. We have a brand new ship, the Sky Princess, sailing Europe. We'll obviously be traveling throughout the Mediterranean, my favorite destination. Of course, Northern Europe. We're returning to Greenland. Cruise tours are very popular throughout Europe. We have a very popular 11-day Scandinavia and Russian cruise. We offer 7 to 21-day sailings throughout the Mediterranean. We visit Iceland and Greenland, and again, local connections affording people from the varying countries that comprise the Mediterranean and throughout Europe. Join us on board once again for lecture, entertainment purposes, as well as a scrumptious look at a local and regional cuisine. Hawaii, Mexico, and the California coast are very popular for us that live here in the Pacific Northwest. We have convenient sailings from San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Vancouver, British Columbia. Many years ago, Princess Cruise Lines coined the term the Mexican Riviera, and ever since that point in time, we have been the #1 cruise provider throughout the Mexican Riviera. Mexican Riviera itineraries are 7+ days and include the ports of call such as Cabo San Lucas, Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, Iztapa, Acapulco, and others. A great vacation, very relaxing, and of course, super convenient from Los Angeles or San Francisco. If you live here in the greater Seattle, Western Washington area, the flight down to LA is about 2.5 hours. Commonly, airfares are less than $250, and so it makes for a very, very convenient round trip experience into what I think is one of the best destinations in the world. Hawaii and the California coast, obviously very popular for us, particularly for those that live here in the Pacific Northwest. Once again, California coastals or Pacific Northwest coastals, very popular in and out of San Francisco. Pacific Northwest coastals, as an example, include stops in Astoria, Oregon, Seattle, Vancouver, BC, as well as Victoria. They range anywhere from 5 to 7 nights. They include immersive programs, great shore excursions, just a fun way to take the family out and on one of our tremendous ships and really just enjoy a in-depth experience without traveling a great deal by air. So if you haven't thought about the Pacific Northwest, Hawaii, Mexico, or the California coast, please do so. It's certainly an emerging market for us, and we're finding one that is becoming more and more popular. Let's move on to the Panama Canal, and this is just an iconic destination, as you're well aware. We are the #1 cruise line in the Panama Canal region. We've sailed there since 1967. Convenient departures from Los Angeles as well as Fort Lauderdale. We also offer ocean-to-ocean experiences, meaning that you will leave from the Pacific Ocean and arrive one way into the Atlantic Ocean or throughout the Florida, Fort Lauderdale region. We are also operating cruises on both the new set of locks as well as the older set of locks. So the historic and new locks are both options for us. Lots of variety, just a great destination. And again, we are the #1 cruise line to visit the Panama Canal each year. One of our emerging markets, and I think truthfully one of the markets that's just going to explode here in the next probably 24 months, is Asia and Japan. Asia is becoming more and more popular for us. We are putting an additional ship into the Asian market on a seasonal basis. We're traveling throughout Southeast Asia as well as immersive sailings into Japan. We're doing a flowers and foliage tour, visiting historic sites. Local experiences take place on board our ships, again, wrapped around excellent cuisine, entertainment, and the ability to get to know the people of Southeast Asia and Japan on a very personal basis through onboard lectures. Uh, Japan, again, becoming more and more popular as some tension has risen recently throughout the European market. People have turned to Asia as a new and different destination to visit. We offer vacations from 3 to 21 days, 32 unique itineraries, and for a total of 61 departures. Just a lot of fun. I've been traveled extensively through Southeast Asia, and I can tell you from an architecture standpoint, the cuisine, getting to know the people, the culture, the customs, just fascinating. So I would heartily encourage you to perhaps think about Asia or Japan if you're looking for or searching for a unique and exotic cruise destination. South America, always a fun, enjoyable place to visit. We're returning to the Antarctica in 2019 and 20. We offer extensive cruise tours and 14-day itineraries around Cape Horn and the Straits of Magellan. We also visit Machu Picchu and Iguazu Falls. We clearly are going to grow our South American itineraries as our fleet continues to grow. Again, remember, we have 18 ships traveling the globe, 18 ships traveling the globe with 5 new additional ships under construction. So as we continue to build newer, bigger ships, South America will become even more prominent in our itinerary base. One of those new ships is the Majestic Princess. She holds 3,500 guests. We offer 1,400 balconies. She was selected Southeast Asia's best cruise ship by the Asia Cruise Leaders Network. She offers 3 main dining rooms, including a traditional and anytime dining facility, 4 casual dining rooms, 7 bars and lounges, the Hollywood Pool Club and Conservatory, Camp Discovery Youth Center, a teen lounge, and of course, all of our vessels have the luxurious Princess bed, which includes a phenomenal mattress and a very high thread count sheet set, as well as a variety of different pillows that you can enjoy. The Majestic Princess sailing to spectacular reviews. Again, one of our newer vessels, a little bit larger by our standards at 3,500 passengers. Keep in mind, we really don't, again, offer attractions, go-kart tracks, rock climbing walls, things of that nature. Awesome for the companies that do, but we focus on a more traditional, upscale food and beverage service experience. And the Majestic Princess is very much delivering that expectation to our passengers. Each of our vessels offer a variety of dining facilities. Of course, we have anytime dining, traditional dining rooms, several dining rooms on each Princess ship. We offer a crown grill, chef's table, winemaker's dinners, specialty Italian restaurants, specialty steakhouse restaurants, and a specialty pub facility or pub restaurant for our passengers to enjoy. Again, I can't stress enough the food and beverage experience on board a Princess cruise ship. The Sky Princess will debut in fall of 2019. She'll be sailing throughout the Mediterranean beginning next fall. We're very excited for her to join the fleet. As you can see in the image on the screen to the right, that is a Sky Suite. That Sky Suite offers a large wraparound deck, which also offers a view of the movie screen. Princess Cruises was the first in the industry to pioneer Movies Under the Stars. We show first-run movies out by the pool each evening. If you're in a warm weather destination, we offer cool drinks and cocktails and popcorn. If you're in a cooler destination, our bar waiters will bring you a thick wool blanket, as well as warm drinks to enjoy as you're watching the movie. Just a lot of fun and a great way for you and your family to reconnect. Speaking of entertainment, we offer the Voice of the Ocean, Music Under the Stars. We offer various headliners, A-list headliners, I might add, magicians, illusionists. We have Broadway-style review shows, including shows that have been created specifically for Princess Cruises. Stephen Schwartz, the Grammy Award-winning, Academy and Tony Award-winning producer, composer, the gentleman that created and wrote the musical Wicked, Godspell, and Pippin, is doing the very same for us. And so we're very excited for him to join the team and to create those entertainment experiences that you'll only find aboard a Princess cruise ship. Began to mention just a moment ago the wonderful impact of our sleep beds by Princess, but also beyond that, we have a full spa on board all of our vessels. We were voted the best cruise line ship spa by Spa Finder Wellness 365, offering just joyful rejuvenation aboard any of our vessels. Full fitness centers, salon services for adults only. We have a sanctuary or a conservatory area, again for adults only. If you want to get away in a private, very quiet, serene environment that enjoys sweeping ocean views, think about going to the sanctuary and having a massage. Just a really peaceful, relaxing place to spend your afternoons. Our cabins run a variety of inside, outside, balconies, mini suites, and grand suites. We offer staterooms in club class. My gosh, have some of the largest cabins afloat. We offer more veranda cabins and have a higher percentage of veranda cabins than any other cruise line in the world. And we are really in a position now to heartily champion the fact that our mini suites are among the best that you're going to find afloat. So if you're looking to ratchet up your experience, if it's a special occasion and you really want to pamper yourself, please consider a club class mini suite or another suite accommodation. And I think you'll find that you will be just really pleased and love the luxury that our suites offer. Princess Cruise Lines, again, very much into family programming. We offer a tremendous children's program that starts as young as 3 years old. Daycare and evening babysitting is available. The kids program is, again, just spectacular for our children that are our children guests that are joining us. Various accommodations throughout the ship, discovery at sea, stargazing, connecting rooms, kids spaces, just a really great way to connect with your children as a family or as a multi-generational group. So again, we offer many sailings and many of our passengers have moms and dads and grandparents as well as children all sailing together. And it's a great way to reconnect with your entire family. Celebrations commonly take place on a Princess Cruise, and we offer special programs around each of those celebrations, including birthdays, culinary packages, children's parties, bon voyage, congratulations parties, pamper me packages, anniversary packages, honeymoons, sweetheart packages, vow renewals, engagement packages, weddings, and much, much more. Currently, we have a special promotion taking place through November 19th. It's called 3 for Free, and in this promotion, if you purchase a Princess Cruise, you'll receive a free stateroom location upgrade, a free gratuities, as well as onboard spending money. So this is currently taking place for the summer of 2019 through the spring of 2020. 3 for Free is very, very popular. It's available to book now, September 6th through November 19th. And again, it's a complimentary stateroom upgrade, complimentary gratuities, and a free onboard credit. Shifting quickly to Cunard, our sister company. Cunard is a 175-year-old company offering 3 premium luxury vessels. Cunard is based in London, and each of the ships travel a series of world cruises. And what you're going to find with Cunard is just an unparalleled premium luxury experience. On the Cunard brand, they offer special event voyages that are very popular. As you'll see on the slide, Cartoonists at Sea, currently taking place now, as well as big band balls, Fashion Week, and the National Symphony Orchestra aboard the Queen Mary 2 in October and September of next year. The Queen Mary 2 departs out of New York, sails for 1 week, ultimately does a transatlantic sailing, landing in London. Just an iconic sailing, a bucket list sailing for many people. Cunard is not a brand that many people think of when they're considering a cruise, and I'd heartily encourage you to maybe give it some thought today. Cunard returns to Alaska for the first time in 20 years, beginning May of next year on the Queen Elizabeth, offering 4 10-night sailings, departing out of Vancouver, traveling to Juneau, Skagway, Icy Point, Sitka, Victoria, etc. The 4 sailings, 2 take place in May, 2 take place in June, and again, very, very iconic sailings. If you've traveled to Alaska in the past, you've not had the opportunity to travel in Cunard luxury, I'd heartily urge you to consider perhaps joining us for one of these 4 very special voyages next year. Why Cunard? Well, clearly, again, iconic and legendary ships, White Star service. The Queen Elizabeth is the perfect size ship for Alaska, holding about 2,000 passengers, robust 10-night itineraries. We've purposely elected particular days or specific days to call on several ports of call when other ships are not in port, so that the smaller ports don't seem overly crowded or overrun with cruise ship passengers. So Cunard is just a spectacular choice for Alaska in 2019. If you'd like to pre or post your Alaskan experience with Cunard, feel welcome to do so with the Rocky Mountaineer, offering 3 and 5 day pre or post cruises. The Rocky Mountaineer offers gold leaf coaches, does a variety of itineraries, and it's including free gratuities when you combine your cruise and tour for one great price. Your travel consultant will be able to assist you in booking a Rocky Mountaineer rail tour on top of your Cunard cruise. So if you have any questions about that, consult your travel consultant, or I'm happy to entertain any questions at the conclusion of our webinar. For those that prefer longer voyages, if you choose Cunard, you have the ability to buy segments within 3 series of world cruises. You ultimately have the ability, if you're to choose the June 20th sailing aboard the Queen Elizabeth to depart Vancouver, sailed the 10-night vacation in beautiful Alaska, and then traveled down the California coastline through the Mexican Riviera, uh, through the Caribbean, and ultimately transatlantically on to London, making for a much longer voyage. You can buy segments of that voyage, or you can buy the entire voyage, or simply just do Alaska. My point here is that you have maximum flexibility if you choose a Cunard product. In closing, I'd like to say that Princess Cruise Lines, as you can see on the slide, was voted best ocean cruise line from USA Today, best cruise line for families, travel and leisure, best in travel Money Magazine, best cruise line for first timers, Cruise Critic, best cruise lines for the Money, US News and World Report, best cruise lines for romance, Women's Choice Award, best cruise line for food lovers, and best cruise ship for entertainment. I'd like to urge you, if you're interested in either a Princess or a Cunard cruise, to contact direct your cruising company, etc. travel consultant. You can email info@cruisingco.com, again, info@cruisingco.com, or you can call 1-800-886-8601. Again, 1-800-886-8601, or contact your cruising company, etc. travel consultant direct. Thank you for your time today. I'm happy to entertain any questions if we have any available.
Thank you, Mark. That was fantastic. So I do have a couple of questions that some people did send in. The
Great.
first one is, what ship or ships will be sailing to Cuba?
The Caribbean Princess is the ship that we are slating for our Cuban itineraries in 2019, 2020. And the Caribbean Princess is currently sailing the Caribbean, and a great new ship, and she'll be there full-time beginning next year. Caribbean itinerary should start in the fall of 2019.
Fantastic. The next question is, how early can a cruise to Australia be booked?
Yeah, you can book them about 16 months in advance. Sister company is P&O Cruises, which offers year-round cruising as well. And those can be booked about 16 months to 24 months in advance. But we welcome the opportunity to entertain you in Australia, and those cruises sell quickly. So it's always best to block your space a little bit in advance, and recognizing that you have 12 to 16 months lead time to do so. Encourage you to do it as soon as you can if you're thinking about something next year.
Fantastic. The next question is, does Princess get Russian visas for the cruises and land trips that include Russia? Do you arrange visas?
Yeah, we can assist with visas throughout the world. Your travel agency partner can also do that. The caveat and the exception is Cuba requires a $75 Cuban visa that your travel consultant would have to arrange for you in advance. Not a challenge, and yes, we very much will help you in obtaining those visas when necessary.
Okay. So I'm going to unmute participants. It should be just a minute. If anybody else has a question, feel free to jump in, or go ahead and mute yourself if you do not have any questions. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. If you do, there's some background noise, so please keep that in mind. Okay, so does anybody else have any other questions? You just double check and make sure. Okay. On Cunard, how much more formal is it than sailing with Princess?
Cunard in the past has had a reputation for being a very dressy cruise line. And to a certain degree, there's a percentage of are guests that enjoy the luxury and the formality of a Cunard cruise. Now, having said that, it's not as formal as you think. Yes, it's a bit more formal than a Princess cruise, but not substantially more formal than a Princess cruise. You don't need a tuxedo or a formal gown. Absolutely not required. For the gentlemen, clearly I would suggest a suit, a dark color suit. For the ladies, cocktail attire is absolutely fine. And even to the point that you'd like to dine in some of the alternative dining facilities that are available on all Cunard ships, you can easily go in a pair of khakis and a blazer in the evening. So a tie is not always required. Certainly a suit is not always required. Those of us that have tuxes oftentimes enjoy wearing them, but believe it or not, that's not required nightly either.
Perfect. Okay, I have another. Go ahead.
I had a question.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, thank you. Thank you. It's been a great presentation. Thank you.
Oh, you're very kind. Thank you.
I didn't get a chance to concentrate enough on the slide about Cunard going to Alaska, but do they have a different experience at the ports of call that if I've done Alaska before with Princess, I'd get a different experience by trying Cunard?
Yeah, you bet. So our shore excursions on Cunard are vary. They tend to be a little bit smaller. They are different from the shore excursions that Princess and most other companies provide. And again, one of the greatest advantages of traveling Cunard into Alaska is we are specifically there when other ships aren't, right? So if you've traveled to Alaska in the past and you've seen, 5 ships converge on Ketchikan, as an example, in one day, cruise ship passengers often will swamp the little community of Ketchikan in such a way that it's just not even possible to easily walk through the city center. Cunard's specifically there on days when you're not going to find that. So between the unique excursions that Cunard offers, coupled with the fact that they're there when other ships aren't, really gives you a completely different experience when visiting those destinations that perhaps you've been to. The other thing about Cunard, and this is very unique, no one else is doing this, is the Rocky Mountaineer pre and post cruise experience. So Rocky Mountaineer, very premium, very upscale, very luxury, and a great way to either begin your cruise vacation with Cunard or conclude your cruise vacation with Cunard.
Thank you.
Mark, on the kid programs, do either one of these cruise lines do a kid program when there are kids on board that
Oh
they know about?
we always have a children's program in place, so never a challenge. Cunard has less children, as you can imagine, given the length of the voyages than perhaps Princess, but yes, we have a great children's program, multi-generational programming on Cunard, and then of course the Princess program is phenomenal. Truly phenomenal and award-winning. And we do offer family programming, and it's no additional charge. And so really a great opportunity for you to reconnect with the kids. And the kids can go off and involve themselves in crafts and all types of different activities that are specific to their age group. So irrespective of what it might look like in advance, yes, we always have children's programs available on both brands.
Does anyone else have any other questions? Well, it doesn't look like I have any other questions for you, Mark. At this time, I really appreciate you taking the time today, and all of you who joined us. Thank you for joining us and learning a little bit more about what Princess has to offer and how you can come back new after awesome sailing with them. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your cruising company, etc. travel consultant, or email us at info@cruisingco.com. And we look forward to hearing with everyone. Thank you and have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.